All right, so running bowline. In this specific application, it's for being around trees, sending a running bowline up to wherever you've thrown in through the tree to help you pull it over. So this, like in your left hand and your right hand, ideally at the end of the rope there's a tree somewhere through. You can practice with a post or a fence or a chair leg, whatever, just to kind of get it down. We're going to do our bowline. So the same thing, you do the loop, take the tail end, it goes up through the loop, around, back down and in. But we want this end to be in the loop. So all we're gonna do is take that tail end and bring the other end up like that. So that's all it is. Once it's sort of hanging over the rope like that, you can kind of forget about it and then just go about business as usual with your bowline. Do your loop, under your hand away from you, up and over. Take your tail end, you're going to go through the loop, up around behind, back down the loop. You pull it tight, you have your loop, your tail end through. So when you pull on this end, and it's going to run the bowline up your rope, up to the tree. So all you gotta do have both ends. Take this right hand end, so drop it over what was in your left hand, then you do your normal bowline. So you got your loop in this hand, take the tail end up through the loop, around the piece of the rope that's furthest away from you. So that part, if you hold up the rope, it'll be that top part. It's furthest away from you. The tail end's up through your loop, around behind that one. And once you're around behind that, you come back down in the loop. Hold that, both ends of that rope, and then pull on this one. And you've got your running bowline, because this was tied with this end and the loop. So you pull on this end, and that's just going to pull the rope up closer and closer to the tree. You want to make sure that this loop is size appropriate for the diameter of the tree that you're taking. So if a tree was like 5 or 6 inches across, this is absolutely trash, no good. You want to make sure that the smaller the diameter of the tree where this is going to be run up to, the smaller this loop is. So that when you do get right up close to the tree, this isn't going to wrap around in on itself. It's just going to hold right up tight, snug against the stem. So that's the running bowline.